G'day YouTube and welcome back to my channel, or in case you're new here, welcome for the very first time to my channel. A little bit of intro, here we go. My name is Matthew Vandeputte, I'm a Belgian, I live in Sydney, Australia. I'm a full-time time-lapse and hyperlapse photographer, and this channel is all about time-lapse travel and teaching. That was probably the fastest one I've ever done. This is a gear porn video, you would have seen that on the thumbnail. I want to talk to you about the gear that I'm bringing to Vanuatu. What is Vanuatu? Vanuatu is an island nation, a tropical island nation in the Pacific Ocean, about 3 hours east of Sydney. I'm going there with my buddy Jeff, who's currently already there.
Yeah, kia ora. Thanks, Matt. My name is Jeff. I'm from New Zealand. I'm an environmentalist and really looking forward to this trip to Vanuatu.
We are going there to talk about climate change, to see what is happening to the islands there because of climate change. Not only rising sea levels, but more so the unseen effects of climate change and what we can do in our Western lives to minimize our personal impact. Now, we're not going to change everything. We don't have the biggest following. We just want to go do something nice and go on a bit of an adventure and document that and share that with the world to hopefully plant some seeds in people's brains to make them think about their impact and maybe how they can change that in a positive way. So we'll be documenting everything through video blogs, little cinematic edits all across social media, and maybe a documentary if we can pull that off, a short form documentary. Now, this is a completely self-funded passion project. We do have a couple of brands on board for hardware, but more about that later. What you can do to help us out is turn on post notifications for this channel and follow along the journey as we go through this island nation and this big adventure over the next 10 days. We're gonna use a hashtag 2degreeswarmer, TOO, because 2 degrees is too much, and we thought that was clever. So you can follow along on all social medias. I'm matjoez, and then we've got Jeff NZ or Jeff Reed NZ on the other platforms as well, like Instagram and Twitter. You can follow along, and it should be pretty fun. Now that I've got that big intro out of the way, let's talk shop. Let's talk gear. What am I bringing? I'm only bringing 2 cameras, which is very unlike me. I'm bringing a 1DX, which I'm currently filming on, but I have the box right here. Whoa, the bottom one. I'm bringing oh man, that's dangerous. I'm bringing a 1DX Mark II because it shoots beautiful footage. It's been my camera now for the last year and a bit, and I'm just in love with it, and the footage that comes out of it is so great. So a 1DX Mark II, and then as a second camera, Canon Australia supported us with a 5D Mark IV for the trip, which also shoots 4K, as you might know, and is also just a beautiful camera for stills and video. And then they're also giving us the new 16-35 2.8 Mark III lens. Other lenses that I'm bringing is the 24mm 1.4 Mark II. Hopefully we get to shoot some astro. I would love to shoot some astro. Then this is probably going to be the all-round most used lens. Is a 24-70 f4 lens. Now the beauty of this lens for video is because of the image stabilization. You can shoot on any focal length and in bumpy rides, airplanes and helis and still have relatively smooth footage. It also has a macro function here on the side, which allows you to shoot super close, which is great for B-roll shots of like plants and little super small details that you usually would never be able to get in focus. Also bringing I had a hard time choosing which 7200, which big zoom tele lens I was going to bring. This is the 7200 f4, the one Thomas Heaton uses on all his travels as well. It's more lightweight. It's more lightweight than the 2.8, that's a rhyme. I actually bought this lens for the last time I went to Vanuatu because I was stressing about weight, and this is half the weight from the 2.8 lens. It's the f4, non-stabilized. It's pretty cheap, and it's pin sharp. It's such a good lens. So that's coming along as well. Then just to increase the focal length a little bit, I've got this ×2 extender. Not a huge fan of it, but I'll bring it just in case. It's pretty small and lightweight, so that's useful. Then currently I'm shooting on the 50mm 1.8 Mark. I don't know which one, the latest one, the Nifty 50, the cheap one. It's got nice bokeh, and it's just a good little backup lens in case something goes wrong. And then I'm also bringing the same style lens. It's a STM instead of a USM lens. This is the 40mm 2.8. I highly recommend this little pancake lens. Pretty cheap and great autofocus for video. I'm bringing more than just those 2 cameras and lenses, obviously. I'm also bringing my Hero 5 GoPro with this little grip, which has, by the way, I don't know if everyone knows this. I assume everyone knows this. It's got a little tripod built in at the bottom that you can use. It's quite useful. I like this just in case stuff, goes wrong with the other cameras, whatever. It's still, you can get some fun footage with this, and you can fit it in some really weird angles. Then another little mini camera is my new Samsung Gear 360. Thanks Samsung for sending that over. That's really fun. I love shooting with this. I'm gonna try and shoot as much VR footage, so we can hopefully have like a 360 video of the whole trip as well. So I just got to remember to shoot with it, because I always forget that I should shoot stuff with that. Let's see, then there's just like a bunch of accessories, I guess. I talked about this in my previous video, or my previous tutorial. This is the lens skirt. It's great to shoot through glass or through windows and stuff to block reflections. Then there's, you know, memory card pouch, extra batteries, chargers and stuff. I'm not going to show you. I've got a little card reader, extra CFast card. Thanks Canon for providing that. Pretty good. A big old battery bank, a battery to charge mobiles. Then hard drives. Made a video about this because this is magic. These are solid state drives by SanDisk that I've put in a cheap eBay housing. There's another gear list down below about this if you want to use it. It's cheap and it's super fast. I'll edit 4K footage on this without having to render anything, just on the go on my laptop. Yeah, cannot recommend this stuff highly enough. And then I've got two 4 terabyte Western Digital drives that I'm bringing to offload extra footage and to use as backup drives as well. Then another brand that has supported us, that has supported me for such a long time now, is Rode. They've sent me their new Video Mic Pro Plus. They've actually sent me 2. Thanks guys, that is awesome. I haven't used this one yet myself, but I hear it is absolutely amazing, so I'm super excited to use that. And Jeff's going to be using the other one on his camera. Then as a little backup, I'm using the Video Micro, which I just love so much. It's like 70 or 80 bucks, and it's seen some shit. I actually only ever broke one, and I broke it on that Vanuatu trip I was on last time, shooting for tourism. I broke it on the volcano that we're climbing next week, or in like 3 days. Because acid rain got into the microphone and it just completely destroyed it. But yeah, this new one still works fine, and it's pretty much seen all the world now. Bring in very simple, a circular polarizer, which is a must-have accessory. It just makes skies and plants and everything look so amazing in the right light. So bring in that, and then bring in a couple of these ones as well, which is the Canon TC80N3 time-lapse remote, because obviously I'll be shooting some time-lapses. And that's pretty much it as far as accessories for the camera stuff. Then how could you say no to a drone? I'm bringing my trusty Phantom 4 Pro that I haven't used in so long. Great little drone. I'm not entirely sure how we're going to go with it, jumping in and out of planes, because Jeff's cousin's there and he's got a plane. He's a pilot, and he's going to fly us to some remote places. Jeff also has a Mavic on the trip, so we'll have 2 drones. Maybe we'll get some air-to-air action. I did forget one accessory. This is the Peak Design slide light strap that straps onto my camera. It's, in my opinion, one of the best neck straps for a camera. It's really nice to use. It's pretty good. Then another brand. Oh yeah, I should probably show you this is a Think Tank airport helipack for drones. That's going to be the drone bag that can go on my front with my other backpack on my back. And that backpack is the F-Stop Ajna. I've got a whole video about this bag because I love it so much. F-Stop's also jumped on board. They gave Jeff one of these as well. So thank you, F-Stop, for supporting the trip and the project. Pretty much in here, I've got a large Pro ICU, which is the internal camera unit. Whoa, that's dangerous. So in here, I'll smash as much gear as possible. Then at the top, got a couple of accessories. I went a bit crazy. I bought a little first aid kit because we will be out and about camping and doing weird things. I've got a little water filtration kit in here. Usually you put one of those microfiber towels in there, but I don't have it in here now. I've got a sleeping bag liner, which will only work as my sleeping bag because it's just super small and light. And it should be pretty warm in Vanuatu still, between 20 and 30 degrees, so I didn't really need a full sleeping bag. We'll be camping out in the bush, in the forest, in the jungle. Jeff's got a couple of hammocks and a couple of tarps with him, so that'll be the accommodation. So that's going to be just absolute adventure and so much fun to camp out like that. Then a big thank you to the fellas over at Aquatech. I am so excited about what's in this box, and boy, it's heavy, but it's worth taking along. So this is the Aquatech Delphin 1D housing, and it is Such a beautiful piece of kit. Pretty much, I assume you know what this is by now. This is a underwater housing for the 1DX. Part of the whole climate change thing is that fish are disappearing and coral is disappearing or bleaching, and we want to try and shoot some of that. So they've kindly loaned us this beast of a underwater housing, the Delphin 1D, in case I didn't say it before. And yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful piece of kit. I own an older housing for a 5D, but now I'll be able to shoot alongside with the big dome. I'll be able to shoot wide angle split shots and slow motion 4K footage underwater in one of the most beautiful tropical island regions in the world. So yeah, thanks Aquatech. You guys are absolute legends. Super excited. I just realized, like, how am I going to fit all this in my case? So I bought a new big travel case. I'm not sure what the brand is. I can see it there. I think it's It. Not the movie, the brand. And pretty much I can fit everything in there, and then the rest goes into the bag. So yeah, pretty damn excited. I'm going to try and shoot a flat lay of all this gear to share on social to get the hype going and get the hashtag out there, because I want obviously as many people as possible to see this, to get everyone hyped to follow the project along. And that's pretty much it for all the gear. I'm bringing extra stuff like my laptop and headphones and blah blah blah, all those accessories that I don't want to bore you with. I thought you'd be more interested in the camera gear and the camera accessories. You can really help this project out by turning on post notifications on this channel. That would be greatly appreciated. Does that make sense? I'm not entirely sure. And you can check out the hashtag 2degreeswarmer on all social media channels. Also myself and Jeff on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all that jazz. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you tune in for the following uploads, which will be the travel days and all the adventures and the cinematic edits and stuff. I'm super excited about this. Can't wait to share this with you and hopefully inspire some of you to think about what impact you have in your day-to-day life on the planet, because we only have one planet and we should be taking more care of it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you on the vlogs.
Here's the aftermath of the flat lay, and this is how I shot it. So I've got my 5D SR, because Loreco has my other 5D3. Got that pretty much looking top down. Got a little Atomos screen here, and then I went and just put all that there, and then took photos with the little remote to not vibrate this. The challenging thing here is the lighting and making sure that this sheet doesn't have too many creases in it, because that kind of shows up. And yeah, now I have the pleasure of cleaning all this shit up. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. See you soon.